All right, we are here at the viewing party of The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. Viewing party as in just me and B. Smith over there. We got basketball arena over here, but also, most importantly, we got Dan White on The Tonight Show right here. We're gonna watch it, then do a reaction video.
I appreciate it so much.
We love you, buddy.
All right, let's pause it right there. What's going on, everybody? My name is Pandrea. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are reacting to Dan White on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon with an amazing effect that he performed and that I was fortunate enough to be a part of the team that helped create this effect. So we're gonna take a look at it and talk a little bit about the performance and how you can be a better performer. So with that being, oh, by the way, souvenir. All right, let's get into it.
Jimmy, as a magician, I believe that nothing is random, that every decision that we make is based on some decision that was made previously, from this moment all the way back to when you were born.
Okay.
Jimmy, I've had people in the audience.
All right, so I love this line in the beginning, and that just goes to show you how you can set up an effect. Now, instead of just going out and just performing a trick just for the hell of performing it, even in close-up situations, you can start your effect by creating an atmosphere, right? Having the confidence to create that atmosphere and putting a line sort of like this in your effect to set it up, okay? I think that's very, very important before you even start anything to build up that anticipation. All right.
And write down 4-digit numbers on these cards. 4 random, do you guys remember doing that? 4 random digit numbers on these cards.
Really?
In a second, I'm gonna have some of the roots choose some of these numbers, all right? So we're
funny because nobody believes that, and you'll see a little bit later on, everybody thinks everybody is in on it. Jimmy's in on it, the audience is in on it, but that's obviously not the case. This was tested at the Nomad multiple times at live audiences, different audiences every time, in preparation for this effect. So nobody is in on it, just as a FYI.
We're going to start over here with Mark. If you wouldn't mind, please just touch one. Anyone. Take it out. Don't show anybody else. Look at it. Remember, try to remember it. Stand up.
We collected all
Dan, don't forget about me. What do I do?
Touch one.
Do I not look
Take
at
it out.
you?
Look at it. Stand up. Remember it. Great. Quest, if you wouldn't mind, just touch the back of one.
Am I dead?
Good.
You're not
Take it out.
hearing me.
Look at it.
What's going on?
Remember it. Stand up.
So just a funny note, when we did the rehearsals, I had to stand in for Jimmy. I was playing the role of Jimmy so we could get the timing down and the camera angles and everything like that. And I actually had to, in my mind, had to do all of these random lines that Jimmy would probably say during the effect. So that was fun.
Hold it against your chest. And finally, Tariq, if you wouldn't mind, just touch one. Just touch
What's
the
happening?
back of one.
This is so weird.
Good. Take it out. Look at it. Remember it. Hold
So
it
they can
against
take anyone.
your
This is
chest.
not a force or anything
Did you
like
hear me at
that.
all when I was
I didn't hear anything at all.
yelling at you? I was
What did
just
you
saying,
say?
Was I supposed to look?
No, I don't want you to look. I just want
It's too
them
late
to
now. I
remember
didn't.
The numbers, you guys remember the numbers? Commit them to memory. Great, Sam. Perfect. Great.
Right.
This is where your part comes in.
Okay.
We're going to create another random number, but this random number we're going to use the audience for. I've got a ball here, a paper ball. I want you to throw that ball out into the audience anywhere you want at all, Jimmy, anywhere. Perfect. Great. Miss, how you doing?
Okay, so these throws that, I always like effects, especially in parlor type situations where you have a paper ball or something and you throw it into the audience to really make it random. The crazy thing is that people are still gonna say that the people are in on it, but these are just random people catching the ball.
I want you to think of a number between 10 and 20. Between 10 and up to 20, say it now. 13. Jimmy, can you please take one of those markers, and I want you to write 13 on those 2 first slots right there.
Okay.
1, 3. Great. Take that ball, throw it somewhere else in the room, anywhere you like. Great. Sir, say a different question this time, actually. I want you to think of a number between 1 and 9. Say it now.
See how the
6.
audience is
Jimmy,
getting
can you please
involved?
write down 6. Fantastic. Sir, take that ball, throw it anywhere you want. Good hard toss. Very good. Sir, same question. Number between 1 and 9. Say it out loud.
I love how the audience is getting involved in this type of routine where it's fun and we're on a late night talk show, so you want it to be fun and not everything is super serious, especially in these type of routines with numbers that it could be sort of not boring, but it could be repetitive. think of a number, we're gonna add it, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. So it's fun to play around with the audience and with Jimmy.
5. Write down 5. Very good. And one more toss, just to throw it wherever you want. Great, perfect. Same question.
And these could be any numbers, literally off the top of their head, they say random numbers.
Give me a number between 1 and 9, please. Now. 3. Write down 3. Write down 3. Very, very good. Perfect. Great. Okay, so you can cap that pen. Let's just recap, right? We took a whole bunch of numbers that the audience wrote down.
Yeah.
The Roots then chose 4 random numbers from those random numbers. Then we threw out a ball, making 5 random numbers.
Yes.
1, 3, 6, 5, 3. 13,653. Did that feel random to you?
Yes.
It felt pretty random, right? I mean,
All right, and this type of effect, I think it's very important for the recap, and Dan did it perfectly here. The timing was right, where after a bunch of stuff happens that you might or might not remember, you need a recap. So think about it in your magic. When you're doing something, a longer type of routine where a lot of things are happening at once, it's super important to break up those moments, right? Break up that effect, and then just do a quick recap. So this is what we have so far. Everyone chose cards, yes? And you all had random cards. Okay, and you shuffled up the deck, right? It was completely random shuffle. All the cards are different, etc., etc. It's almost like you have a television show and you watch episode 1, 2, 3, and then maybe you wait a little bit and you're like, what happened in the last episode? So you do a quick recap. Think of that when performing your routines. Let's move on.
there's no way I could have known what numbers that they would have said. There's no way I could have known
No,
what
and I
numbers
played this really,
they wrote
very
down.
seriously. I don't talk to you before the show. I
not
don't know who
set
I just
anything up.
whipped that ball out there. I don't know who it was.
But that's the thing. Even if I had known, I could have no idea who would have gotten those.
That's correct.
Those numbers,
Yes,
right?
random.
Here's the interesting part. I've had a box sitting here the entire time. It's been sitting there the entire time. I haven't touched it. Inside of this box, I brought 2 things. 2 things for you. The first thing is a present. I'm going to give this to you right now. Hold on to that.
Thank you.
Great. The second thing is a prediction of sorts. I wrote down something before the show even started. Can you make sure that that envelope is sealed?
Yes.
Sealed. Can you make sure that this envelope is sealed?
Yes, it is.
Great.
Sealed.
Jimmy, can you please open up the
Both envelopes are sealed, guarantee that.
prediction? Jimmy, would you be impressed if inside of that envelope, open it up, if inside of that envelope was the number that they all created together?
Yes, I would be impressed, of course.
It's not. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's actually
impressed
much
if that
more
happens.
impressive than that. On this piece of paper, I have 4 random numbers.
Good laughing moment. Like I said before, in these type of effects where it's mostly serious, number mumbo jumbo, breaking it up with laughter, with playfulness, with the audience is very, very important. So good job on that.
4 random numbers. Now, at the beginning, we had 4 random numbers chosen by the Roots.
That's right.
Mark, Kirk, Quest, Tariq, if your number is written on this piece of paper, I'd like you to sit down now.
What?
Boom. Nice. So that's the first piece of magic right here. Now this is a long effect and there's multiple sort of hits in it. And this was the first one where the Roots randomly chose numbers and they were predicted beforehand inside of the envelope, inside of the box.
Interesting. But it gets a lot more interesting than that. Because here's the crazy part. If we take 8 plus 3 is 11 plus 2 is 13. Carry the 1. 1 plus 1 plus 4 plus 4 plus 5 is 15. Carry the 1. 1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 5 plus 6 is 16.
So this is great because you have a moment where the addition is not complete, but you see where it's going. And that's almost like, producing the 4 aces. 1, 2, you know where it's going, and it's that no moment. And you can see it on Jimmy right here. He's realizing what is going on. And the math obviously all checks out. Dan is obviously good at doing the math, but you can check at home that all the numbers match up. I think that's very important. I think he should have snuck in a line where you can do this at home, do the math and double check.
15, carry the 1. 1 plus 7 plus 2 is 13. 1, 3, 6, 5.
Boom, so that's the second moment right there. Really, really good effect where the numbers add up to what the audience said. And just let's think about this, taking it to a close-up level. If you're just with a few people, you can do the same effect by having random people. Let's say there's 4 people in the audience, or 4 people in the audience. Yes, your whole show is only 4 people. Hello, thanks for coming. No, but you have, let's say, 4 or 5 people around at the table, and you ask a few of them to name random numbers off the top of their head, and you write it down. Then something random happens that adds up to the number that they said. You could try to do this with playing cards, etc. I'm sure you could come up with a method for that in a close-up version, but this is just one level up, layered on top of each other. I really like it.
How? How do you do that? Amazing. That's Dan White.
But we're not done. We're not done, because this isn't actually as random as this is going to get. Because we threw out a ball earlier. That ball went around the room a bunch of different times. Who was the last person to catch that ball? Great. Can you please stand up? Can you please unfold that ball? On that ball, I wrote something before the show even started. Can you please read, Jimmy, can you please read out what that piece of paper says?
It says, subtract 2,444.
Subtract 2,400.
Now think about how crazy this is. That ball was thrown out from the very, very beginning. These numbers were chosen randomly by the audience, and then we're gonna get to the final reveal right here.
2,444. Subtract 2,444. Now again, remember, at the beginning, we created this number together. Before that, I wrote down this number. Check this out. If we take, that is 9, 0.
So happy I don't have to do this.
Yeah, right. 2, 1, 1. 11,209.
Yeah.
11,209.
Yes. Okay.
We did it.
Okay.
We did it.
Yeah. We did it this time.
We did it.
We really.
It's really great to have this moment now because the effect is basically done at this point. You have the final result, 11,209, and you can just sit back and say, there you go, we did it. And the audience doesn't know what's coming, but they know something is coming, which builds the anticipation more and just makes the effect that much stronger when something so random that has no tie to anything finally is revealed at the end, the big reveal.
We did it this time. Is it 11,000? I get it.
Does that feel random?
Yeah, it feels.
That feels random. That feels really random.
Feels about right.
Jimmy, does this number mean anything to you? 11,209. Jimmy, can you please pull out your phone? Jimmy, can you please open it up? And I want you to Google the number 11209. Please Google the number 11209. Now, at the very beginning,
So right before we get into his recap of what he said in the beginning, the moments of this are very important if you want to study performance and things like that. And this moment is something that we went over in rehearsals multiple times, that when they know something is going to happen with that number, you take your time with it. And then you do it in beats, the revelation in beats. That number is random. Yes? Beat number 1. Yes. Jimmy, can you take out your phone? Uh-oh. Jimmy, can you Google that number? Uh-oh. And then the beats go boom, boom, boom until it gets to the climax. Yes?
At the beginning, I mentioned that I don't believe in randomness, that all the decisions are made based on other decisions that were made since you were born. Jimmy, what is 1120?
Boom. So right now, he just said the same thing that he said from the very beginning, tying it all back up. That's very, very, very important because think about it. Well, a lot of stuff has happened, and you need that confirmation of what he said in the beginning to get them to say, oh yeah, you did say that. And it's really great because he slipped in some things in the beginning that were important at the end. Decisions that were made since you were born. And that's the line that's going to be important here in just a second.
09. It's a zip code, yeah?
Yeah.
Zip code to where?
Brooklyn, New York.
Where?
And now Jimmy is realizing what is going on. Out of all of this stuff, then he sees it. And this is really, really great when one spectator sees what's happening or sees the ending or a revelation or whatever effect that you do before everybody else, because it builds up that anticipation more where everybody's just now dying to see what the final thing is. And it's always great to see that one reaction first and then follow it with the rest.
Where in Brooklyn, New York?
This is Bay Ridge.
Bay Ridge. Can you please tell everyone here why 11209 is not random at all?
I was born in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn.
And just as
And that's the final revelation. All of that stuff happened, and we got to a number that is personal to Jimmy back to when he was born, and he was born in Bay Ridge, and that is the zip code 11209 to Bay Ridge, Brooklyn, New York.
a souvenir, I got you a little.
And for the finale, you get the t-shirt that confirms everything that he knew, that this was going to happen from the start, with Bay Ridge, Brooklyn 11209.
Oh my God! You are unbelievable! Dan White! Wow!
Alright, let's talk about this for a second. I'll leave the link to the full performance down below in the description. But more so, and more importantly, I want to talk about building a routine like this, because I know there's a lot of people out there, you guys watching at home, that might want to build routines, and it's more than just maybe buying a trick and doing the exact same trick. You want to start creating, you want to start taking tricks and combining them together and layering them on top of each other so it's a full routine. And I think that's very important, and not just for these type of effects where it's a longer effect and you have many people, you do it for 100 people, but in close-up situations as well. And I'm a close-up performer, and I like to take effects, take a little bit from here, take a little bit from there, start creating layers on top of it, not only so that they can't figure out the method, but also for it to be more interesting. A lot of things happening seem like a full routine, seem like a movie is happening instead of just a skit, right? And it's just gonna feel like something quick and almost like a throwaway. So even when I do simple effects, I try to add in a kicker ending. I try to add in something in the beginning. For example, if I were to do a color change of a card, instead of just taking the card and just doing the color change, which is one effect, maybe I would produce the wrong card first in a fancy type of manner, shoot it out of the deck, have that be the first step to it. Then take the card, do a color change, have that be the second effect, and when they're reacting, switch it, place it back in their hands, boom, and now it's switched and it never changed to begin with. So now you have 3 little effects in one, and that creates a routine rather than just a color change, okay? And that's just the smallest example of what we're doing here. We're layering things on top of each other so we could get this full performance and I think kick-ass routine. Alright guys, so that being said, thank you so much for sticking around and watching. If you did like this content, hit that like button. And also, I have a question of the day for you. If you were going on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, what trick would you do? What type of effect would you want to perform? Leave them in the comments below. I read every comment. Thank you so much guys for watching, and we will see you on the next video. Peace.
I got my